Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Wholehearted Truths podcast. As always, today I'm here to bring you a little bit of sass mixed with grit, grace, and a whole lot of faith to lead you to endless possibilities. And today I'm excited to actually give this what was supposed to be a presentation to my ladies at our leadership retreat. This year, life had just happened in an incredible way, and I'm not able to be there, but I wanted to still give this talk. And now, what a blessing I get to give this to so many more of you that are also listening and weren't in the Smoky Mountains either. So buckle up. We're going to talk being the CEO of your business today. Now, the first thing I need to highlight with this is belief and positive versus negative intent. Belief, okay, the work that I'm doing now, this opportunity that I said yes to, if you would have asked me 5 years ago if this is what I would have been doing, I would have looked at you like you were crazy. I did not believe it. I thought I had a college degree in social work. You had to earn your way up, right? Like you had to climb the ladder to earn the experiences and the leadership events, and you just keep doing and doing and doing, and then you'll earn and grow. Like that is the way that I thought that everything that had worked. And same thing with networking groups. I would represent my company when I was there. And, maybe if we'd get a referral, I'd get like a pat on the back. Yay. And that's just the way that it was supposed to be, I had thought. I didn't believe that life could look like this, that I didn't have to be somewhere at 8 o'clock in the morning, that I didn't have to save up all of my vacation for 2 weeks of paid time off. Like, I didn't think that there was any other way. And so talk to yourself differently. When you see others around you that are doing things that you want to do, attach to that. Ask questions, get curious, and talk to yourself differently of maybe I could do that. I can do that. Let me get curious and see what that looks like. Who do you love to be around? What feels like liquid gold inside of you? Okay, so Untamed by Glennon Doyle. I read this usually at least once a year. She talks about when you just sit in your feelings, which this is a new practice I've tried. It's a little weird at first, but it's so good. I literally sit in the floor in a ball and I sit in my feelings. Sometimes I talk to God. Sometimes I just be and I try to quiet the noise. But anything that feels like liquid gold running through your body when you think about it, chase that. Find more of that. That means that that is joy for you. Something that sends shivers down your spine when you think about it. Maybe it's a past event or something coming up. If it sends shivers and cold down your spine, stay away from that. Turn to the liquid gold and see the positives, positive intent versus negative intent. If we're looking at a situation and we're thinking, oh, not me, oh, never, or oh my gosh, we talk about connecting with people here. And if you're like, man, I'm bothering them, instead of, man, I am selfish if I don't open my mouth and share this opportunity with somebody today. Positive intent versus negative intent of the way that you're looking at things. So shifting to that positive piece, instead of thinking what could go wrong, think what could go right. Okay. Instead of, I had thought about this, I don't want to be one of those. Okay. Direct sales was something that my husband and I were introduced to way back when, and it was not the way that we just value as people or wanted to operate at all. It's not how we want to treat other people or be treated. But I categorized everyone to be like that did home-based businesses, right? Instead of, I don't want to be one of them, I had to shift my brain to, I don't want to be selfish. I want to share about what helped me heal my hormones, what helped me really turn around my life to positive instead of negative, what changed my life and the trajectory of what's to come in the next couple of years as we're stepping into this adoption process. Like life would be totally different had I stayed in my typical job job, right? So shift to that positive intent. And the most important part is if you're struggling, have somebody that will help you believe, because there are going to be days when it's going to be hard, and have somebody that you know that you can talk to and they're going to pick you right back up every single time. The next thing is to ask yourself what brings you joy. I had to get really serious with myself recently, sitting down and writing out every single day what my schedule looks like, what I'm doing. What are the things that are income producing activities? What are the things that maybe I need to reassess a little bit? But most importantly in all of that, what plane just brings me joy? And I'm going to give you an example. One thing that brings me joy is to celebrate other people. When I started to do more of that again, we've got our incredible Facebook groups, our community that I'll link below in the show notes, as I always do for you. I love to celebrate and bring joy. When I started to do more of that again, my business started to grow. That is true to my core. That brings me joy. People can see that. Okay. Something that doesn't bring me joy, micromanaging, running around being like, hey, like, why this? Or what about that? Have you seen this? That doesn't bring me joy. And it's not me being the best version of myself either. So looking to do more of the things that do bring you joy versus those that, like we talked about before, send the shivers down your spine. Also get serious about who you're talking to. Write down, what is your ideal client? What do they look like? Where do they live? What do they do? What do they want to achieve? What are they currently doing to achieve that? What type of results are you going to get them when you step in? Write all of these things down. So then in your conversations, you're able to talk to that person. For me, it's that girl, right? So changing things around also is something I wanted to mention. This retreat, the Sisters in the Smokies, was my first incentive trip that I had earned a couple years ago. Now, at that time, I didn't have time freedom yet. I was not able to be there. I tuned in on Zoom though, and I took all the nuggets in. Now it's crazy to me that I was still following the process for posting on social media. Here we are a couple years later, and I was still following that. First week of the month, celebrating people. Second week, highlighting our incredible health and fitness DNA test. Third week was adding value somehow. Fourth week was highlighting the opportunity. Okay, we have to pivot and grow and change. I've started to do more reels instead of posts because that's where things are going now. I've started to just look through this lens of who is this woman that I'm wanting to talk to, AKA me a couple years ago, sitting there reading this. It's okay to pivot and change. You're the CEO of your business. You've got to show up every day. Have some sort of daily method of operations that works for you and commit to that. And finally, I want to highlight again the adoption process here. It's a little bit different. Like I'm type A, like if you're pregnant, you've got 9 months to prepare, you know that. I chose this, okay? So I truly don't have the desire to be pregnant. I've wanted to adopt since I was a little girl. So I know that, I'm choosing not to have the 9 months time frame to prepare. But this is also a great challenge for me where I am building now the life that I want to have when baby comes. I'm already living that and believing that right now. So that's part of having that CEO mindset is you can't keep thinking what if or I'll do that when. You have to do that now because when you step into that space here now, then you're going to already be comfortable in that when this next phase comes and you're going to be so prepared for everything. So your homework is I want you to think about one thing that struck you. I talked about a lot of things here. Maybe you'll come back and listen to this a couple of times, but pick one thing that really struck you and make a plan for that. Write that thing down. And when are you going to address it? Where are you going to be sitting? What are you going to be wearing? What time of day is it going to be? Write down how you're going to address that one thing first, because then you're going to be able to make small steps into the direction of where you want to go, AKA being the CEO, having that CEO mindset of your business. So thanks for tuning in with me. I wanted to share my heart. I see it as a blessing from God that now we're going to be able to touch more people with this other than those that were in that room that day. And we will see you soon.